Hello there, baseball fans. The first half of the Major League Baseball season is already in the books. The All-Star game came and went. The American League, the stronger league, overtook the National League 4-2. American League is 11-3 since the World Series stipulation began. The home field be determined by the All-Star game, and now. Today is the last day before the second half officially begins. But let's review the first half of the season. What the first half was. First off, bask in that silence. That's right. There's a reason why my room is doing an imitation of the usual audio of a Tampa Bay Rays game. I finally replaced the battery in the smoke detector, and it was sent to me by a certain lovely young lady all the way from the home of the Pirates and the Phillies and the former home of the A's, the Keystone State. Hey there, Amanda. Thank you so much. Speaking of the Pirates, they ended the first half of the season disposing of the Cubs, who have been free-falling a bit ever since their strong start. Now, it's not a hard free fall. I mean, they still have a sizable lead in the NL Central, as this wonderful MLB at-bat app shows. But they still have a sizable lead. It's a 7-game lead, but it was once more than that. They're losing games left and right now. But they used to have the best record in the National League. Now San Francisco has it. But luckily for the Cubs, the National League, much like the NBA's Western Conference, is a cesspool. There are only 3 really good teams in the National League: Cubs, Giants, and the Dodgers. That's it. That is it. The rest of the National League is either mediocre or piss poor, i.e. the Cardinals. Who, let's face it, the St. Louis Blues can outscore the Cardinals. Listen, the Cubs have a sizable lead, 7 games up, and the Pirates are the third place, third place, 7.5 behind the Cubs, a half game behind the Cardinals, but they'll pass St. Louis, because unlike the Cardinals, the Pirates can actually score more than 2 runs a game. The Giants. The Giants is an even numbered year now. 2010, 2012, 2014 have all ended with the Giants winning. Could this be the year? And the Cubs are actually favored to win the whole thing this year. So this free fall really is hard when you base it on that, but really they're still standing strong. And the Nationals. See, this is why the Yankees should have hired Dusty Baker. Dusty Baker makes anybody good. He made the Reds good, and all they have is Joey Votto. Now the Nationals are in first place, and really all they have is Bryce Harper. Bryce is no help up there. He's basically by himself, but they have a good core of pitchers. But when it comes to hitting, Bryce is damn near on his own. But luckily he'll be out of DC in a few years, hopefully wearing this. One can only hope. Speaking of the Yankees ended the first half at 500. We had a good stretch, and then we kind of fell off a bit. But in our last series, we showed the rest of the American League how to beat the red-hot Indians. The Indians went on this big roll ever since LeBron James won the championship for the Cavaliers. They won, what is it, 13, 14 in a row? The Yankees went up to Cleveland and took 3 out of 4 from them. So we're at 44-44. We're a long way from the division. We're 5.5 games out as far as the wild cards, which is not bad, which is not real bad. I mean, 5.5 games can be made up like that, and especially since it's mid-July. There's still 2 whole months after this. 2 whole months left after this. We have plenty of time. Of course, if A, we had a competent manager, and B, we had a shortstop who could actually hit and didn't commit errors, we'd actually run away with the East. I mean, this is a championship team. We're a competent manager and a competent shortstop away from winning the whole thing. I mean, let's face it. Everybody else is clicking, except that dumb Gregorius is out there leaving people on base and committing errors. He has about 12 errors this season. And Girardi makes bonehead moves. He's been making bonehead moves for years. Things need to change. We need to fire Girardi and trade Didi, and we'd be set. And get rid of Pineda. Why Pineda is still starting, but Eovaldi, who's been a close second to Tanaka in our rotation, he's in the bullpen. This is why we're losing, because the wrong people are being punished. But that's my 2 cents. Baltimore is actually leading the AL East, 2 games ahead of Boston and Toronto. Of course, Toronto will sink fast because they're another team who gets outscored by hockey teams. Let's face it, the Maple Leafs can outscore them. They can probably hit better than some of them. But Cleveland still has a good sizable lead in the AL Central. They're up by 6.5 games ahead of Detroit. Chicago and the champion Royals, they're right behind them. The only team that's dead in the water is the Twins. The Twins are on a terrible pace. I read the Twins are on pace to win 59 games all year, which would be a season low. And as far as the AL West is concerned, Texas has been red hot. They won the division last year. No one thought last year the Rangers would do anything, but they ended up winning the AL. They ended up winning the AL West, and now they're in first place again by 5.5 games ahead of Houston, who started badly. The Astros started poorly. Remember last year the Astros were on all cylinders, hitting over 200 home runs total last year. Had and still have the best lefty in the American League, Dallas Keuchel, but Keuchel has been falling off this season, and that's led to a bad start. But they've picked it up. They picked up as of late. They were in last place. They're now in a distant second, behind their Lone Star State counterparts, the Texas Rangers. So that's going to be another captivating division race. I actually had Houston winning the division. They still might. They have a shot. But Texas still has those hitters. Shit, ask Jose Bautista how hard Ronald Odor can hit. Oh, he's still feeling it, folks. But yeah, so Boston, Toronto hold the wild card positions. Like I said, that's not going to last. Neither one of them can hit worth a damn. Boston has Ortiz, Hanley, and Jackie Bradley Jr. carrying them. The other six hitters can't hit the side of a barn. Toronto, well, they still suck. Watch, the Yankees should pass them by the end of August. I guarantee that. That's my guarantee. Yankees will be at least in second place, if not leading the division by the end of August. But as for the Central, Cleveland, are they going to stay up there? Was the series lost to the Yankees the beginning of reality setting in for them? I mean, they went on a big fantasy roll after LeBron won the championship, and now, like I said, they ended the first half losing 3 out of 4 at home to the New York Yankees. This could be the beginning of a reality check for the Indians. Who knows? Detroit might pass the Indians. I'm not saying they will, but all I know is it's going to be a tight race the rest of the way. It may need Game 163. I hope Game 163 happens. You know, have it be for most of the marbles. Sometimes it could be 2 teams are in the playoffs playing for a division title. But yeah, I expect a good bit of these races to be close, with the exception of the NL Central. The Cubs are going to run away with that division. There's nothing in it but them in Pittsburgh. The Mets, everybody's talking about the Mets. The Mets are the Mets won the pennant. Now they're tied for second with Miami. And what's with the Marlins? Could the Marlins get in? We don't know. Shit. The Marlins and the Mets, 47-41, identical records. I mean, the Marlins weren't expected to be this far up, entering the halfway point. But is it going to last? That's the question. Are the Marlins going to make a run for the playoffs, or are they going to fall off? And remember what happened the last 2 times the Marlins made a late run in the playoffs? All they did was win the whole thing. It was amazing. They've only been to the playoffs twice, and they won the World Series both times. They're 2 for 2. That's a hell of a percentage rate. And so that's basically what's gone down. The Yankees have, let me count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shit, the Yankees have 7 teams ahead of them in the wild card race. Of course, it's 2 wild cards, so technically we have 6 teams ahead of us. But we're closing in on the White Sox, Royals, and Mariners. So a good week could lead to the Yankees moving past all 3 of them. But who knows? Yankees have a long homestand to start the second half. It starts tomorrow at home against Boston, Baltimore, and the Giants. Boston, that's going to be easy. Boston's going to be easy. We'll beat them, but Baltimore and the Giants, that's going to be tough. But July, the second half of July, and then August, September, always tell the story leading into October. So, with that, that is my review of my quick look back of the first half. I will be back in about another couple weeks with the first quarter report, with my first quarter review of the 2016 Canadian Football League season. Yes, I do watch Canadian football. I've said this before, but I'll be back with the first quarterly of the Canadian Football League season. And I won't talk baseball on YouTube again until September hits. So, with that, I say good afternoon, and fasten your seatbelts for what should be a raucous second half of the season. Later.